Hi everybody, today's video is going to be an update on how everything is going with my Clomid and what products I'm using to test my ovulation period. As far as how things have been going with Clomid, and like I said in the last video, unfortunately it's looking like this round wasn't successful, although we don't know that for sure, even though all the tests have said that it's not likely that I've been ovulating. There's always a possibility that I am, so we're going to cross our fingers, and we have to wait another couple weeks before it would make sense to do a pregnancy test. But once the 2 weeks hits, we're gonna do a few days of pregnancy testing to see if anything comes up positive. Hopefully it will, and if not, we're just gonna try again. The test that I was using for the majority of the time we were trying to track my ovulation is this one. It's called Easy at Home. It's really simple, it's really inexpensive, and it comes with a lot of different test strips. And the one that I got has ovulation test strips as well as these, which are pregnancy test strips. And I'm on my second box of these. It lasts quite a while because they give you 50 of the strips for testing your ovulation, 20 for the pregnancy test. This was about $23 on Amazon, and that's pretty good for how many test strips you do get. So for me, all of these have tested negative, which is not that surprising. It's frustrating, but it's not very surprising. But just to make sure that these were accurate, I did purchase the clear blue test strips, which I really like, but they're a lot more expensive. So I'll kind of talk more about these ones first. So you pee in a little cup, and I actually currently am using like the top of an old hairspray can. You know how it has the cap that goes on it. I just washed that out in between. You can also buy little medicine cups, or you can use, whatever. One of the frustrating things about these ones is you do have to let your pee cool to room temperature. So you do have to wait a while. I usually wait about 10 to 20 minutes. Then you open this up, and there's a little strip and a little moisture barrier packet in there. And you, this one is a pregnancy one. So you just dip no further than this line into your pee for 3 seconds, and then you take it out, and then you lay it flat. So one line will show up no matter what. That's the control. That means the test strip is good. And then if there's a second line, then it's a positive test. And it has a pretty clear diagram of whether or not the test is positive. It shows you right there. So pretty user-friendly as far as making sure you do it correctly, but it's not as easy to use as these clear blue ones. But these are much more expensive. You only get 20, and these were $40. These come in little packets like this, and you also get a holder. You use the same holder for each of these test strips. And I'm going to open one up and show you what they look like. I used it wrong the very first time I attempted to use one. I really had to pee, so I just briefly glanced at the instructions, and I took it out of the pouch, and it looked like this. And so I was like, oh, you probably pee right there. So you insert the test strip into the holder first, and then you make sure the arrows are pointing at each other. This symbol will pop up, and it'll mean that you are ready to start taking the test. You have to remove this purple cap. Then you can either pee on this, just like a pregnancy test. You pee on it for 3 seconds, and then you put the cap back on, and you leave it alone for 5 minutes while it reads the test. Or you can, similar to the other test, you can dip it into a little cup of urine for 15 seconds, take it out, put the cap on, and wait the same amount of time, which is 5 minutes. And then once you get the results, you'll see either a circle, a flashing smiley, or a solid smiley. And so far I've just gotten circles. So that's how these work. I have to say, even though these ones are expensive, I really like the digital display just because it makes me feel more confident in that I'm reading it right versus making sure that, one line isn't darker than the other line, and if that's positive or negative or whatever. So I think I'm gonna, if I run out of these, I'll probably get one more box, but I tend to use these a little closer to where I think my ovulation is going to occur so that I don't use very many. I haven't tried any of the other products out there. I know there are other ones that work well. I know there are ones that you can, like devices you can buy that are reusable over and over and over again for years. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will let you know if we are successful in conceiving the cycle, and if not, we're just going to keep trying. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in my next video.